Welcome to this video. This time we're going to talk about longevity. What does it take to live past 100, past 110, past 120? So to begin this, I want to tell you a story to change my life. It was in 1980 I started my first practice in acupuncture, homeopathy, and nutrition. And one day walks this man into my practice. He was very radiant, vital looking man. And he was in his 80s. I wouldn't have given him more than 60 years old. And his only complaint was that he was sleeping too long. He said, I'm sleeping 6 to 7 hours, and that's not right. I normally sleep only 4 hours. I was shocked. And first I started to laugh. I didn't want to even believe that. But he was very serious and very demanding for me to look into that. He has been to all doctors, and all doctors told me he was fine, nothing to worry about. So I started testing him, and we found out that he had pesticides in his system, and he has been using pesticides for quite some years. But over the years, this has accumulated in his system. So we started a detox program, and within 3 months, he was back to his old self, and he was sleeping back again an average of 4 hours a night. That man changed my life. From that moment on, I became very interested to know everything about living a long life and how that is, how even it's possible. And of course, nowadays we have a lot of research on the blue zones where people live a beautiful life over 80 to 90. But it's very exceptional for someone to reach 100 in a great shape. I'm not talking about reaching 100 and then, you're tired, exhausted, miserable, you can't walk, you're in a wheelchair or a rollator or whatever. I'm talking about those exceptions that go over 100 and they're still vital. And they reach 110, they're still vital. And that's what we're going to talk about. And some of the things are very, I would say, common knowledge. It's nothing new about it. I'm just mentioning them to put them in a kind of a concept so that we have everything included. And at the end, I also want to introduce you to something that really, I believe, is the most promising tool for us to live a long life, but not even worry about living 110. It is about living a good life, happiness, health, vitality, positive thoughts, feeling great. That's what I'm talking about. And if it happens that we go over 100 and 110, 120, super. I am planning to live over 120. My goal is 123. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you the background, why I chose that. So I'm going to show you my slides now. And we're going to go through this. And I hope you're going to make some notes because there might be some tips there for you too. Living to 100 plus. It's a great destiny to go for because it's going to give you a motivation, it's going to give you inspiration, and it's going to give you something to do to work on yourself in a different way. So let's first look at the person to beat in our Western society, Jean-Louis Calment. She lived from 21st of February 1875 and became 122 years and 164 days old. Yeah, she had a quite beautiful history. She saw the Eiffel Tower being built. She sold pencil to Vincent van Gogh at 13, began fencing at 85, so pay attention, rode her bicycle at 100, appeared in a film at 114, was the subject of a documentary at 120, and died at 122. She also ate more than 2 lips of chocolate a week, drank lots of port wine, and smoked for 96 years. So if that doesn't give you hope, nothing else will, right? At least for me. Her strong point, and this is a secret that I found in many of the people who defied all odds, is what we call in French, joie de vivre, the joy of life, living in the now and enjoying it. Look at her face here. Look at those eyes. She's 120 years old. She still can walk around. She can still see you. She's still vivid, vital, radiant. Look at her hair. 120 years old. That gives me hope. Her belief was about life, living life. And look at, she was also one of the funniest person. I had to wait 110 years to become famous. I want to enjoy it as long as possible. She was just laughing about everything. So 110 is the magical line. As I said, the secret is to enjoy life and do everything in moderation. And the most important one, keep busy. All the people you see here are 100 plus. And the man here is over 105. The woman is 107. The guy in his naked chest here is 104 plus. So that's possible. It is not the genes, as they would tell you. So here's a recipe for living a glorious 100 years and longer. Simple lifestyle, no processed foods and junk. Stay moving, nutritious diet, peaceful sleep, so relaxation, good work ethics, keep going, respect for everyone. Do not stay angry, forgive and let go. Compassion, helping the poor, enjoy your family, and finally, don't go to the doctor if you can avoid it, because that's the beginning of the end. But yeah, sometimes we have to, of course. It's not about quantity only, it's about quality. So we cannot say, I'm going to go for 110 and there's a secret formula for that. But there are a lot of ingredients that if we choose all those ingredients, I'm going to give you my secret ingredient as well, then you will combine these things, your chances will go up. For me, it's more about the quality. When I'm 80, I still want to be in a great shape. At 100, I want to be in a better shape. At 110, I want to be in a top shape. So let's look at the basics, the things we already know: nutrition, physiology, and mind. The longevity science can be split in three categories: nutrition, physiology, and mental emotional management. We're adding more: energy management. So it's not for everybody. It's less than 1%. If you're going to talk about the elite, this is being the elite. This is wealth, to live past 100 and still be healthy and happy. Some factors are a result of genes. Of course, if you come from a family that everyone is living a long life, that's an advantage, but it's not enough. So big things is, of course, not smoking. The reason not smoking is so important, just remember, the Janka man smoked for 96 years. Why could she do that? For one simple reason. When you smoke and you also have stress, because most people smoke for stress, right? So the smoking is a way to suppress emotions. But if you smoke in moderation, and I'm not saying you should smoke in moderation, I say you smoke in moderation and you have no stress, that's the big difference. According to Dr. Gerhard Harmer in Germany, you can only get cancer if you have unresolved conflicts. So it's about resolving all your conflicts, to be authentic, to speak your truth. All of that is important. It's not one factor over the other. Eating vegetables helps, but that's not the one factor. Daily movement helps, but it's not the only factor. It's a combination of things. So most people focus on what they think they can control, like diet, food, and body image. But when you hyper focus, you become too serious. That is the opposite effect, because it's stress. So if you're counting calories, that's the wrong way to lose weight. And it's not pleasant. It is sacrifice. It is suffering. It is struggle. So Joy and I decided to create a program that is just a mind shift in weight loss. And if you look at the timing right now, COVID fat, so a lot of people now have overweight, and we are seeing a lot of people coming with COVID-19 lockdown with a lot of weight extra from snacking, from drinking, all those kind of things. So Joy and I created, and Joy continue with that, Sleep Your Fat Away. It has changed your mind and your attitude around food, and it's quite simple. We have brain trainings that you can put on during the night, and some you may listen during the day, but we are reprogramming, rewiring your brain while you're sleeping. We also wrote a book. It was a bestseller called Sleep Your Fat Away. You can still get it on Amazon.com. And then you can decide if you want to really be serious about losing weight without counting calories. It's quite simple. It works. I've used it. I lost a lot of weight, over 30 pounds, and kept it off really, really with grace, ease, and joy. Now let's look at the foods that are important. Omega-3 fatty acids, very important for the brain, but also important for fighting inflammation. As we get older, the level of inflammation increases in our body. I also developed a new remedy called GLAD that's going to fight the effects of carbs, carbohydrates. That's the main reason why we get inflammation in our body, sugar and refined carbs. And these have also an effect on our mood and all of that. So great are salmon and other fatty fish like sardines, flax seeds, walnuts, chia seeds, and avocado. These are some of the foods you want to have really, really regularly in your diet. I'm crazy about turmeric. It's one of the spices I use daily. I even put some in my coffee, just a dash with some cinnamon and a little bit of powdered ginger. And it's a great combination also against inflammation. And turmeric protects against dementia, one of the biggest problems we're seeing now of aging. Beans and legumes are very important because they help to release short chain fatty acids, will help to create a healthy microbiome. That was what we call a healthy gut, the right bacteria in your gut. Think black beans, chickpeas, and lentils. All of those are important. Green leafy vegetables, you cannot eat too much of that. They're loaded with antioxidant, phytochemicals, and nutrients that fight to protect all corners of the body. They also help against cancer. They're not like an antidote to cancer, but they help make the immune system stronger. Think about kale, mustard greens, collard greens, arugula, etc. Now, the core principles that we found across all regimens, if it's the Mediterranean diet or it is in Kawasaki or wherever else we have people in the blue zones, they are more plant-based. They don't eat a lot of meat and mainly little bits of meat, not every day. They're not vegans. They do eat animal proteins as well. So it's not about being a vegetarian, but it's about having a diet that's more based on plants and high fiber content. That's the secret. Drink a lot of water, and a lot of people are not hydrated enough. If you drink coffee, always drink at least 1 glass of water after the coffee. That way you keep the balance because coffee dehydrates your body. So more water, the better. Also, green tea is good. You can replace water with green tea. Also very good. Green tea is also having antioxidants, anti-cancer, a really good change. You want to support your gut. So there's a list here of probiotic foods. You have kefir, yogurt, miso, sauerkraut, kimchi, tempeh, kombucha tea, sour pickles, microalgae, buttermilk. All of these are good for your gut. Now let's talk about mental emotional management. According to a recent paper published in the journal Hypertension, it was revealed that years of work-induced stress dramatically increases diseases worldwide. So we want to learn how to control stress. Now, in the COVID stress period, all of us got stressed for whatever reasons, and the depression, suicide rates skyrocketed. We have two guided meditations, really, really powerful. One is called Deep Relaxation for adults, and for kids, we have, well, it's called Kids, and it's a wonderful way also to teach them relaxation, but also to believe in themselves, self-esteem, etc. So stress management is not only about meditation, but it's also about, enjoying life. Think about community events, doing simple things for joy, or simply putting your cell phone down for periods of time. Especially don't go to bed with your cell phone. Sleep hygiene. During sleep, it is an important role where we detox our brains and our body. So it's very important to have the proper sleep rituals to be relaxed before you go to sleep. So you don't want to have phones in bed. Don't want to drink too much before you go to sleep. And you want to start relaxing with some music. You can have some lavender oils in a diffuser, so it's calming you down. And you want to read a book. No screens because it gives blue light, and that can have effect on your REM sleep, your what we call rapid eye movement sleep. Also, alcohol, caffeine, and nicotine will have a bad effect on your REM sleep. Movement crucial, but it doesn't have to be exercise. It could be just walking. It could be cycling. It can be everything that you enjoy, dancing, working in your garden, but move around. Get a pedometer and start counting your steps. Ideally, you want to be between 8,000 and 10,000 steps a day. Slow down with refined carbs, caffeine, and alcohol, because these are the stuff that really will create insulin resistance in our body. And because of that, we put on weight. Detoxification is important. So you want to detox daily. You can put some lemon in your water in the morning. You can also use for certain oils. For example, cilantro oil is very, very powerful to detox heavy metals out of your system and also help with other detox. So detoxification is very important. There's a lot of stuff on detox. I recommend juice fasting every 3 months for at least 3 to 7 days. Then here's my secret magic. Most people don't think about the future, it just comes to them. What you need to remember, when you visualize, then you materialize. See your future. Create positive images in your mind around growing old. We have here in our home different pictures of people who are 80, 90, 100 years old who are in a great shape. That way, we are bombarding our subconscious mind with images that will help to inspire us and believe that we can do that as well. Choose what I call anchor points. How do you party when you are 90 years old? How do you move? How do you feel? Have these kind of images and visions and keep moving, keep dancing, keep enjoying life. Very important. What you have to do before every night you go to sleep? Forgive everyone and sleep with a clean heart. Let go and mentally detox and then travel to the future. I believe one of the biggest secrets of Jean Calment was that she was good in letting go. She was a master in letting go. The past didn't chase her because she cut links with the past. And I always fall asleep in the future. I create a mental picture of how my future is, and I jump to that future, and that's when I drift away. So, what I've discovered, and probably you already heard about that, but we found a tool that can help you. Everything I discussed about here and much more, we have created a training called Heal You Practitioner Training, where we're going to go in depth in all of these details, not only about living a long life, but also how to heal your body, how to solve conflicts, how to have better relationships, how to be more joyous, how to create more grace and ease in your life, how to let go of the past, how to forgive, how to, even become more connected to your soul. All those things and more we can measure with the Healy. This little device, an app on your phone, and this little device have changed my life and the way I practice. I can scan my body. I can treat myself 24/7. It's like having an acupuncturist, a homeopath, a coach, and a healer all at the same time at your disposition 24/7. The future is yours to create. Remember that. We are the creators of a future. Unless we do nothing and we let it happen, then our unconscious mind, based on all the impressions we had in life, in our program, will create the future for us. And that future may not be the future that we want. Today is better than tomorrow. What I mean with that, start today. Don't put it off. Life goes so fast. If you wait till tomorrow, other things happen and you get distracted. So I hope this was inspirational for you, and we hope to see you next week again in the next video. The best is yet to come. Take care, enjoy life, let go, and stay vital and radiant. Thank you again.